If you are coming to the Philippines, Intramuros is one of the most important places to visit. It is a city within walls. It is a great place to tour and learn the history of the Philippines, get your exercise, and experience the local vibes. The Philippine history evolved from the rule of the Muslims, the Spaniards, the British, the Americans, and the Japanese. Inside the 66 hectares is Fort Santiago, the place where the Philippine national hero Jose Rizal was imprisoned and executed by the Spaniards, and where the Japanese brutally massacred thousands of people, of which 600 were found in the dungeon. You can tour this place by going on a walking tour, riding a horse carriage, a pedicab, an e-trike, or ride the bamboo bike. So we chose the Bam Bike Eco Tours. Here you can rent the bike and tour the place on your own for 100 pesos for 2.5 hours. If you take the bamboo bicycle tour, it will take you around Intramuros by a local guide that explains the historic sites. We chose the bamboo sidecar. With the tour, they give you water, helmets, weather protection, and your choice of the bike. The cost is 2,200 pesos per person. Getting our bikes, our tricycle ready. It's all made out of bamboo.
Welcome to my vlog.
Oh, okay. Anong pangalan nyo?
Mark po.
Mark? Oo.
Ako po
Kamusta?
yung magdadrive po sa inyo
Oo.
hanggang sa matapos
Our
yung-
tour guide.
Yeah.
The tour starts at the Casa Manila area, which is a museum showcasing the Spanish colonial lifestyle. This is also a place, a venue for social gatherings.
One of the kingdoms is located here in the area of Intramuros right now, which is the Kingdom of Cebu. Then, the Spanish colonized the Philippines starting on 1565 in Cebu. They moved to Manila after 5 years and they stayed here in the Philippines for 332 years. During the Spanish occupation, they have a war with the British, and the British occupied Manila in nearby provinces for 20 months, from 1762 until 64. And then the Americans at the end of the Spanish occupation during the Spanish and American War. And then the Japanese during the American occupation during World War. So that's the timeline of history or the stories that I will tell.
Okay, Mark.
Kamusta kayo? Nakay ko po yung bagong queen ng Pilipinas.
Yeah, cobblestone. What's he doing back there? As you go through the streets, you will pass churches, hospitals, government buildings, military barracks, universities, and homes where the Spanish elite lived. Intramuros is a beautiful and remarkable tourist place with horrifying stories that took place centuries ago. The walls of Intramuros were meant to protect the city from foreign invasions. The walls were 6 meters high and 3 kilometers long, with about 160 acres. The only entry and exit were only through 745 gates. This is one of them, which is called Puerto Real.
That's the main wall of Intramuros. That's one of the original gates. We are standing on a bridge. That's the outer fortification that protects the gate. So Puerto Real is one of the main entrances of Intramuros before, and it was used by the Governor General for state occasions. Installed on top of the
Oh,
outer
there's
wall.
the golf course.
So this is now the golf course. This is the how wide it was before. Yeah, this is Likhaan.
Yeah.
Manila Bulletin.
Ano yan?
Manila Bulletin.
Oh. Newspaper?
Yes.
The Bay Leaf. Ano yan?
Bilis ako.
Oh, hotel. Hello. Bay Leaf.
This is Mapua University.
Ah.
Very nice university. Like
Mapua.
engineer, architect. It's a number one. Inside the wall, in Intramuros na, for university.
Oh, okay.
Like PLM, Mapua, Lyceum and Letra. University.
San Francisco. LTU.
You ever heard of a church that's been resurrected several times? There are a total of 7 churches in Intramuros. This church stands out the most. This is the Manila Cathedral of today. It was called Church of Manila back in 1571. It was made from nipa, wood, and bamboo. There was a fire in 1583 that destroyed it, and in 1592 it was rebuilt with stone, and then it became the cathedral and became the episcopal seat of the Archdiocese of Manila. But in 1600 it was destroyed by an earthquake, and in 1945 it was bombed during World War II. But it was restored back in 1954 and 1958. On the way to the fort is an area where there are a lot of activities that goes on. There are places to eat. There's a kids play area. People ride their bikes. People rest or take selfies, listen to a band, and so on. This is Fort Santiago. The main attraction inside the fort is the Rizal Shrine Museum and the dungeons where hundreds of civilians and guerrillas were imprisoned, tortured, and executed by the Japanese during World War II. We are approaching here the shrine for Jose Rizal. A map of his death march is posted showing the direction he went to go to the place of his execution. His death marked as a symbol of the birth of a nation. Another tragic mark in the Philippine history are these dungeons. What used to be the storage vaults and powder magazines, this dungeon was used by the Japanese to imprison Allied POWs, resistance fighters, and political prisoners. In memory of the thousands of civilians massacred by the Japanese during the Battle of Manila in February 1945, this statue was erected. At the end of your tour, treat yourself to some ice cream or coffee, or enjoy the ambience and eat in one of the many restaurants serving the traditional Filipino and Spanish meal. Also, please write a comment down below how you like this video and subscribe to this channel.